can hug that!
Got you.
Thank you, God!
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Mama, she just came to with that thing.
I need order.
Oh, it is some wild drama right from the start today. Ms. Brown has dragged her husband, Mr. Shenoster, to court, claiming he's the father of her 6-month-old daughter. But hold on. Mr. Shenoster not only denies paternity, but also has the nerve to deny that they're even married. This man is out here trying to rewrite the entire story, and Ms. Brown is not having it.
And he will lie and say that we wasn't, but we were.
Right.
He lies about everything, Your Honor.
Who married us?
Can I talk?
Can I see the paperwork?
Can I talk? What paperwork? I ripped it up.
Was the email?
I ripped it up. I'm
You
not
ripped it
talking.
up?
Where were you? Where were you when I got married? Where were you? You wasn't around, exactly. So when were you when I conceived my daughter?
Mr. Shenoster comes in with the confidence of someone who thinks he's about to get away with something. He claims that he's never been married to Ms. Brown and throws her under the bus, questioning whether the baby is even his. But Ms. Brown is ready to prove her case. This is more than just about the baby. It's about her dignity, too.
What I need to know is, how did you marry him if he already had a wife?
Because he didn't have a wife.
How
He
did
was married
Me
to
and
me
Miss
at the
Douglas was
time.
together, but we were not married. We were separated.
Take me to the beginning of your relationship with Mr. Shenoster. I want to
Okay.
understand it.
We met through a mutual friend, which we basically had a long distance type of relationship. We talked on the phone, we Facebooked, all of that.
Is something funny, Mr. Shenoster? Look at him go mocking this woman. Some people have their preferences and choose to not sleep around with everyone they meet, okay? Ms. Brown isn't here to play. You can just see the frustration building as she lays everything out.
Met him in person?
Yes,
How did you get married
phone.
if you've never seen him?
over the phone.
So you marry over the phone, which means you commit yourself to one another.
Yes,
Then to
you're
be clear,
supposed
this is
to.
not a legal marriage like we think about through the state, where you go to the. It's not that. It's a marriage within the religion.
Yes, ma'am.
And of course, Mr. Shenoster pulls out the classic defense, claiming there's no way they were married, and he is not the father. But does he have any real proof to back that up? Now we're back to accusations and deflections. Meanwhile, Ms. Brown is rolling her eyes like, here we go again with the lies.
I never met her a day in my life.
Oh,
When I walked in, she said, here's your Abu. When I walked in, the kid's like, hey, Abu, hey, Abu. She continues to walk straight to the back of the house. 2 minutes later, she comes out of the back. She no longer looks like a Muslim. She has on a little shirt and some tights on, and she's walking up the aisle, hiking them up like this, so I can see her private parts.
Oh my goodness, what is going on in court today? This case went from a total flatline to a wild hike. She did what? In front of who? When? What was the reason behind everything? Now, we cannot be sure if this man is lying or he is telling the truth.
Your Honor, I did consider marriage.
Friend told me.
I did consider marriage with this young lady, right? But when I seen that, the only thing I could think about doing was going to get a bottle of Henny, because it was on and popping now. That's it.
Now can
That's
I
it.
talk?
There wasn't nothing else
Can I
going
talk?
on.
No.
I was not going to marry her.
To you. You look like a man anyway. Shut up.
This man is out here painting the craziest pictures in this courtroom. What is all of this about jiggling? Now, does this mean that they were together or not? Did both of you end up having sex or not, Mr. Shenoster? You claim you haven't seen this woman in your entire life, and that's fair? But let's solve this paternity case, please.
Had sex with her.
Yes, yes, I did.
So-
I did have unprotected sex with her.
And it was unprotected.
Yes, unprotected.
So
Unprotected sex.
Would you have unprotected sex with a
Yeah,
Well,
probably a dog is
no.
a dog, ain't
I've got half a
You're
bottle.
married to him, honey. So what you saying?
When they
So what
single.
you saying? Your
When they
Honor,
single.
when he came to my house, he
You
came
got
out.
him.
He came out.
let's get some order.
Just look at these two women. Ms. Brown isn't backing down. She's adamant that Mr. Shenoster is lying and needs to step up. We can't be so sure anymore about who is lying and who isn't at this point. One thing we can be sure of is that the results will bail us all out of confusion jail.
How soon after you ended the relationship with Mr. Shenoster were you intimate with somebody else?
6 weeks after.
6 weeks after. And how soon after that did you find out you were pregnant?
When I found out I was pregnant, I was 6 weeks and 3 days. I had sex with another man 3 days before I found out I was pregnant.
And so when you found that out, did you immediately call Mr. Shenoster?
Yes.
Oh, he said, congratulations? Isn't that something? Well, a potential congratulations to you as well, Mr. Shenister. As the judge starts questioning the timeline and facts, it looks like Mr. Shenister's confidence is starting to waver. Judge Lake really needs to wipe that silly smile off his face.
The other man that's in question was, if you recall earlier when I said I pulled up in the cab, that's one of the men that was on the step.
No, he wasn't.
When I left that Sunday, he was in the area. He was basically going in the house while I was coming out, leaving to
He
go back to
wasn't, because I
Philadelphia.
didn't even meet him then.
Oh yes, now things are finally picking up nicely. Ms. Douglas is having a hard time staying by her lying, cheating husband and just had to be excused. It's wild information that this woman stood by him figuratively and literally too, through all of this. How do you come with your husband to court for a paternity case involving another woman?
He's seen Ble'synn.
Never seen her in person, never touched her, never kissed her, nothing. He treat my daughter like she's nothing, like she's the scum underneath her shoe. He wished
You know why I've never
he
seen
wished
Yana?
death on my
You know why
child,
I've
called
never
her
seen
ugly.
What? What?
And then he wondered why when I finally talked to him, I have the hatred I have towards him. Because if you want to keep it between me, let's go there. I'm grown. I can handle that.
Would you look at that? This man is so disrespectful. One can only wish Ms. Douglas were here to listen to everything that her prized husband said about a baby he is the potential father of. What a guy. It's something to even say that about any child, Mr. Shenoster. But a baby that may be yours? Whoa.
Why are you thanking me? Laugh out loud. Mr. Shenoster says, for carrying my child. Thank you.
And again, he lies about everything.
Your Honor.
Mr. Shenoster?
Your Honor, I did entertain the thought of the baby being mine.
Entertain the thought.
I did entertain it.
This man, Mr. Shenoster, can't be serious right now. He cannot be for real. What do you mean after all of the jabs you threw at this woman in court for apparently sleeping around, and here you are now in her messages, acting this way, saying I love you and whatnot? This day is getting long as it is. Let's get to the results.
Mr. Shenoster, you are the father. That's your baby. That's a beautiful little girl. She deserves her daddy. Not somebody standing up talking about, she ain't mine, she ain't this. Innocent babies don't deserve that.
Oh, here we go. Mr. Wallace waltzes in with his girlfriend to break the news to his wife. Yep, you heard that right, that he's not the father of her baby, but Ms. Austin, his wife, is ready to prove him wrong, and she's demanding he finally step up and act like a real father. What a showdown.
Today is your last visit to this courtroom. Let's take a look at what happened the last time you all were here.
I thought Ronyell got himself together. In addition, you have another child with Ms. Austin.
The kids, I love my kids dearly, but I shouldn't have
You
got
just
married.
don't love their mothers.
The craziest part is that Mr. Wallace is quite the frequent flyer on paternity court. This isn't just his first or even second visit, it's his third time around. And, believe it or not, he's back with a whole new set of women, still trying to settle the same old issues. What a piece of work.
So grow up not having no father in their life.
She is a whore.
Mr.
So perfect.
Wallace, you're not gonna dress a woman in this courtroom that way. You better pipe yourself down. Get out of the courtroom, Mr. Wallace.
I never had anybody to show me how to treat a woman or to be a man, or I just need help on.
Can you believe it? This guy actually got engaged, had a baby with his fiancée, and still found time for another girlfriend. What a character. But today, Mr. Wallace is in court to prove he's not the father of little Ronyell.
Since the last time we was here, everything started out okay, but we all knew that wasn't gonna last long. Ronyell Wallace was still bouncing back from me and Kendrelyn. I had enrolled in school, but I never did go because I had got pregnant once again with Ronyell. And she got pregnant with her baby, with her son. And as you can see now, once again, I'm pregnant again.
Talk about a plot twist. Miss Austin drops the bombshell that she's here to test the paternity of Ronyell. But guess what? She's pregnant with her third child by Mr. Wallace. Meanwhile, this guy's been bouncing between two women, and his current girlfriend is pregnant too. How does someone even juggle all that?
First of all, I don't know if it's because you're nervous, Miss Austin, which, look, I wouldn't blame you if you were, but it's not funny. I keep seeing a smirk on your face. You know we're not funny.
Cause it's sad that I'm back here again.
You're disgusted with yourself that you're back here.
Yeah, for the same reason.
I can see behind your eyes the hurt. And the baby could potentially be yours?
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Wallace. The craziest part is that they're all in court together. If he's clearly juggling relationships with these two women, why on earth does he even question whether baby Ronyell is his? It's completely baffling.
Because she's very promiscuous. When we was together, I had installed, it was like spyware on her phone. It's what they would duplicate her text messages and call log and send a copy to my email. And again, for about the 5th, 6th time, I called her texting different men.
Well, where your proof at?
You saying that didn't happen?
Where your proof at? I never saw it.
Wow, we've got a spy over here. Mr. Wallace went as far as installing spyware on his fiance's phone and caught her texting people? I mean, isn't that what phones are for? And seriously, when did he even find the TLMQQ to all this? While he had another girlfriend, was sleeping with her, and fathering her kids. Unbelievable.
Miss Austin, were you sleeping with these men?
No. Lie detector me, please, right now.
How is you can't just be involved with all these different men without doing
Who,
it?
I'm not you, just because you lay down with everybody who you talk to, because that's what you do.
You and the Lord know you a slut. and that's
No,
like-
you're a
Hold
slut.
on.
You're a slut. You're a slut.
Mr. Wallace,
You're a
you
slut.
remember from the
You're a
last time
slut.
you were here,
I don't-
we are going to speak to women respectfully in the courtroom. You can express yourself.
This man is really pushing her buttons. He's the one blatantly sleeping around, making babies with other women, and not even trying to cover his tracks. Yet, he has no real proof that Ms. Austin cheated. Just some harmless text. And let's be honest, if she had done anything wrong, you know Mr. Wallace would have dragged it into court without hesitation.
So
Why
now,
do you keep allowing me to sleep?
I'm gonna keep on just because I know that you with her. She's
So,
allowed.
I don't have nothing to do with that.
Yes,
If
you
you
do.
can sleep with somebody else,
Yes,
man,
you
then
do.
you got low
You, I know you're not talking.
Ladies,
I know you were talking.
you guys want to hear the case?
let's get some order. Let's get some order.
Dang, that escalated quickly. They didn't just get angry, they are absolutely furious and are taking it all out on each other. And meanwhile, the man at the center of it all looks like he is thoroughly enjoying the show. Unbelievable.
Mistakes that I've made.
Actually, Ronyell left his apartment and he moved with Kendrelyn.
Just out of the blue, he woke up and said, I'm
Exactly.
going
I
to move with
didn't
Miss Roberts
just
now?
go with
No.
her.
So what happened?
You would being promiscuous, and I'm not gonna tolerate that.
So basically, Mr. Wallace, you can sleep around, but your women can't.
Okay, so just answer the question, Mr. Wallace. It's like he thinks he's completely untouchable. He cheats left and right without a care, but the moment one of his poor women, bless their hearts, has even a harmless chat with another guy, he's ready to call it quits. The double standard is wild.
Well, I need to walk out.
Ronyell, don't walk out again. You can stand up here. Do not repeat the same mistake as last time. Stand up here, get your
Sitting up there putting on
composure,
this performance, you
get composure.
I knock that gun
Stop
out your
it.
head.
No, you won't.
Mr. Wallace.
You sitting up here, you taking her
Come
sack.
on.
You ain't even let me get a word in.
Stand up.
Emotions are definitely running high for everyone in that courtroom. Honestly, I'm feeling a bit emotional myself watching all this unfold. Before we get sidetracked by more drama, let's get to the results already.
Mr. Wallace, you are Ronyell's father. I want to get you all some.
Ms. Stembridge slept with her boyfriend's best friend and roommate. At least, this is Mr. Buchanan's argument today in court, and they did it while he was locked up too. Ms. Stembridge adds that he has trust issues with respect to women, so he does not trust her anymore, but she promises him that the baby is his.
That's why I'm sleeping with your girl while you locked up.
Okay, that wasn't exactly the news you wanted to hear, right?
Not really, no. And who wants to hear that? You know what I'm saying? All right, and I'm gonna take that serious. You know, I'm a serious kind of guy, you know? I expect people to be upfront with me, okay?
Okay, so this man trusted her to some extent, at least. Now, what exactly is wrong? What went wrong between the two? How did we get from this phase up until where you do not trust your girlfriend with your own best friend? To top it all off, you find yourself in paternity court over this drama.
While I was locked up, which is breaking the brother code, all right? You don't drink, I don't care if it's a supermodel. You ain't drinking with somebody that's supposed to be my best friend. You know, you had the right to say no.
Whoa, so all the responsibility is on her now. All the blame is placed on Ms. Stembridge. It's understandable because she is the one in the relationship, not the best friend. Regardless of all of this, saying that he doesn't blame Eric for anything is quite interesting, because whatever happened to bro code,
I was cool with that. I threw that out the window, all right? Cool. You had a few beers, I can understand. Your nerves were bad. That's cool, I understand that, all right? But then, check this out, all right?
Check it out. I'm checking.
She kind of picked me up. All right? We get home, or we on the way home, and I'm looking at them. They both nervous.
Oh, now we're getting to it. He finds out that they have been drinking some more and he did not hear about it. Looks like he thought that it was simply a one-time thing. But wait a minute. If these two left the drinks lying around so casually, does that not mean they have nothing to hide?
In your mind, you thought she's drinking with him again, and she said that was only a one-time thing.
Okay, check it out. She told me about the beer. So when you picked me up, why didn't you fair warn me about the liquor before I got home? Why are you gonna let me find out by myself? Because you forgot.
I didn't forget too much. It was still there, weren't it? I didn't forget too much.
Looks like this man was really hurt by those lemon drops. He really said that if she's drinking some lemon drops with him, he doesn't need to hear that Ms. Stembridge is drinking those lemon drops with another man, especially after figuring out how wild she gets after drinking said lemon drops.
Oh, you're basically saying that these lemon drops are an aphrodisiac for your girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't need her to be drinking lemon drops with anybody but you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I need to check my girl? Why I need to check my girl? Nah, you need to check your girl. She was laid up in your best friend's bed while you were locked up, laid up there sideways in some booty shorts and a spaghetti strap.
What?
Whoops, what a duo these two. Now he's telling us about how short her shorts were while he was not there. Also, she was lying down in the same bed in the same room in the same house that three of them share. Really, Mr. Buchanan? Are you really going on like this?
Did I witness when I walked in? When I walked in, all I saw was in the air.
Okay,
No,
let's use
the
better
head of
language in the
his
court.
bed.
Let's
I'm
use
sorry.
better language in the court. You walked in and saw what?
Booty in the air. At the head of his bed.
Whoa, okay, Mr. Buchanan. Ms. Stembridge is looking at this woman with eyes that scream. Look what the cat dragged in. If you're going to be in court today telling us about how much you love and appreciate your ex, maybe we should take a short drive to couples court right after this. How come both of you are so chummy and have each other's backs till now?
Yes, but look what
Under
I've
my
got to
care.
deal with. You talking about moving with her? Go move with her. You want her that
Move with
bad.
her? What are you talking
That's
about? I
what
never
she
said
just
that.
said. That's what she just said.
That's right.
While I was pregnant,
That's
you were
right.
trying to move with her. Ain't that what you
Yeah,
said?
he was gonna
See?
come get away from
See?
your crabby for a little
See?
while.
Crabby?
All right,
Vacation.
Mr.
Okay.
Neal.
Yeah, so I can have a job
I'm sorry.
to take care of you.
Let's get some order.
So these two women definitely will not survive being left alone in a small room for 2 minutes. What is the problem here? How do we get to the bottom and very beginning of their fight? Mr. Buchanan is definitely going to have to just pick a side, because they cannot keep living like this. Phew.
But as long as you have Ms. McNeil in your ear, you all going back and forth, and these two fighting against one another, it's ridiculous. And if you all are arguing over lemon drops, that's unacceptable. That is irrelevant right now.
Would you take a look at that? He's such a good father to the baby girl, and he wants her so bad. Now, is that his biological daughter or not? Has Ms. Stembridge really been sleeping around, or has she not? We can only hope not, but we'll be sure when we see the results.
Mr. Buchanan, you are her father.
Thank you.
That's a blessing.
Not enough lemon,
Thank
y'all.
you.
Not enough lemon.
Thank you.
They ran out of lemon.
Thank
That's all.
you.
They ran out of lemon, or you already...
Thank you. Thank
It's
you.
obvious that you're happy and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
pleased.
Yeah, I love that baby to death. I'm glad she's mine. She got a good father.
Yep.
Mr. Butler's wife is calling out the baby mama, saying there's no way that's her husband's kid. Meanwhile, Mr. Butler fires back, claiming Ms. Moore is just stirring up drama and lying about the baby being his, all because she wants him back. What a mess.
Ms. Moore, has Mr. Butler been involved in your child's life in any way?
If you're talking about diapers and wipes, that's it. That's not a father to me at all, period.
Only diapers and wipes?
That's it.
All right, so look, let's talk about why we're here. Mr. Butler, you obviously have doubts.
Yes, Your Honor.
What are those doubts?
She told me I'm not the baby daddy.
Oh, please, Mr. Butler, are you really sure she's after you? This doesn't exactly scream, I want you back. And now we've got harassment claims too? Typical. Protective wives rushing to defend their silent husbands who conveniently have nothing to say for themselves. Here we go again.
I was getting my hair done at one particular time when she was on the phone. He had her on speaker, And she told him, you're not the dad. You don't have to do nothing for this baby.
Harassment. You're
So
right.
you heard it
You're
yourself.
right.
I heard it
firsthand.
myself. Not only
She
that,
did hear
these
it.
texts right here.
She
Your Honor.
did hear
What is
it.
it? Jerome, will you pass me that evidence, please?
Whoops, Mr. Butler, I have to ask. Are you really sure this woman wants you back? Or does she even want anything to do with you at all? Because from the looks of it, someone else might already be stepping into those shoes you left behind. Just saying.
Excuse me, correction. I was 7.5 weeks, December 11th.
Okay, but you would not have had your baby. You would have not have had your baby.
But did I
in
have
July.
sex with you?
No.
Did I have sex with you?
No, you
You're
didn't.
not a man. You're not a man. You're not a man. I
You
had
had
sex
sex
with
with
you.
him,
And you
but
know
I've been
damn well
messing
that's
with
your
him for
baby,
almost
period,
2
point
years.
blank.
Well, all right then. Ms. Butler is really working Ms. Moore's last nerve. And why is it always the women at each other's throats in court? Meanwhile, Mr. Butler is standing there, speechless, like the cat's got his tongue, not a peep from him. Of course, Ms. Butler is out here defending her cheating husband like it's a full-time job.
Court, why you believe that's true?
Because if you told him in December that you were pregnant, your baby would have been born in September, because my daughter is September 22nd.
And so
She needs to learn her math. Go back to school.
And
That's
so
what
hold
you
on,
need to
Ms.
do.
Moore.
Go back to
Ms. Moore.
school.
Really?
Moore.
Oh, no, she didn't. Ms. Moore just threw it right in Ms. Butler's face that her husband is a no-good, trifling cheater. Not only was he stepping out on his wife and making babies, but he was also cheating on Ms. Moore too. Honestly, this man deserves an award for cheating. He's breaking records out here.
When Quincy come with bags, he thinks he's about to stay. He's a leech. He is a leech, and his so-called wife told me that over the phone. It's always, if I call Quincy, it's always her.
Because
And I
I'm
feel
his
like
wife and
I
it's
don't
one,
care.
one, one,
But
one.
that doesn't make sense though. I'm his baby mother, and I have to talk to him.
Oh, wow. What a catch. He's everything anyone could ever want, right? I mean, I might just want him myself. A whole good-for-nothing man, cheating left and right, popping out babies everywhere, and all while living off supplemental security income. What a hot commodity. Everybody's lining up for this prize, aren't they?
When you first found out you were pregnant, Miss Moore,
Correct.
did you tell Mr. Butler? Did he
No.
accept
No,
the
no.
fact?
No, I didn't tell him.
You did.
My mother told
Mother
him.
told me.
Okay.
I heard her
I want
mother
to talk
did.
to your mother.
I
Ma'am,
said
please
that.
stand. Please state your name for the court.
Katrina got her.
Thank you so much for joining us. So, you told Mr. Butler that your daughter was pregnant.
I called him and I said, you know, my daughter is pregnant. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, she's pregnant. And he says, well, I'm gonna be there for her. I'm gonna take care of her. I'm gonna take care of the baby.
I'm starting to think Mr. Butler has no clue what it means to actually show up for a pregnant woman. Forget about being there when the baby arrives. Aside from one doctor's appointment and tossing over some baby wipes and diapers, this man brought absolutely nothing to the table. And let's be real, he didn't even bother to show up.
Mr. Butler, do you remember having this conversation with
No,
Miss?
I didn't. No,
You
I
never did?
No.
So, what facts, evidence, knowledge do you have that Ms. Moore was sleeping with anybody else but you at the time?
Another dude. That's all I can say.
Who is the other guy?
Another dude.
While me and Mr. Butler was in the midst of our relationship,
Ms. Moore really went through the ringer, especially during labor. Can you even imagine going through that all alone, knowing full well that once it's over, there's no father around to share the load? That's another level of strength right there.
Is it true that you decided you'd maybe go and stay at Ms. Moore's house with Za'Marah? Were you gonna go over there?
tell the truth, you're on dog.
Yeah.
So you did, and you thought, and was it because you felt like this was your daughter?
Yes, I did.
You did.
Damn, so Mr. Butler can actually do more than grunt and flash that creepy smile? Who knew he could speak? Isn't that a plot twist? And after all this exhausting drama, we finally made it to the moment of truth. Let's get to those results and see how this wraps up.
Mr. Butler.
Yes, ma'am.
You are her father. Now,
I'm done.
Thank you. You completed everything today.
You're very welcome, sir.
You feel better?
Yes, I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Now you can start being a dad.
When she was born on down, this is yours.
Today, there are two moms in court, and they are not too fond of one another. Ms. Jackson is the potential grandmother, and Ms. Pickens, the mother of the baby. Mr. Jackson won't be showing up in court today because he is currently incarcerated. Ms. Jackson went on to say that Ms. Pickens slept with multiple men. Now, let's hear the case.
Now you say she's a liar and had sex with multiple men at the time of conception. Yes.
Now, Ms. Pickens, you admit to sleeping with at least 2 other men while involved with Ms. Jackson's son. You argue Ms. Jackson initially accepted your daughter with open arms, but now has turned on you both.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Well. 1 point to Ms. Pickens for honesty. It takes a whole lot to be honest about sleeping with 3 different men on live TV. Now it's harder to tell who is lying about what and who isn't. Why would Ms. Jackson originally accept the baby with open arms, only to now say that her son would be a fool to think that the baby is his?
Ms. Jackson, why did you initially accept the baby if you had doubts?
Your Honor, I never accepted the baby. That's a lie. I stated from day one, I do not believe this is my granddaughter. She first, if I can bring you into my reality.
I want to go in. Tell me what happened.
Okay, she came to my home with her mother and another family member. Let me remind you, this child was already 4 months old.
The case hasn't even started and these women are at each other's throats. What a dramatic day that must have been. Imagine not knowing anything about a baby or a baby mama and having both of them pulling up to your front door calling you Nana. What a cold shock. The baby has been existing for the past 4 months too. What a ride we're on today.
But that would be biologically the answer. It was one of the guys you were sleeping with.
Yeah, he pursued me.
How many guys were you sleeping with?
2.
She don't know.
2.
She don't know. She
when
don't
I
know.
met him, I had a boyfriend.
Exactly.
Me and the boy stopped.
So she also said
Me
she's
and the
a
boy
cheater.
stopped.
Hold on.
Me
Now,
and
Ms.
the boy-
Jackson, let her speak.
I'm sorry.
When you met her son,
yes,
you had a boyfriend.
Yes.
So somehow you get into a relationship with Ms. Jackson's son.
Yes.
Now Ms. Pickens cannot get a word in. And wait a bloody second. Did she just imply that she was having unprotected sex with Ms. Jackson's son every single day, alongside 2 other men as well? Whoa, Ms. Pickens, okay. Another point for honesty. Even Batman would never get that sort of information out of me.
So when you say he pursued you, you meant when you had this baby, Ms. Jackson's son called you and said, that's my baby.
Yes. And she looked just like him.
And you felt like there's a resemblance, she looks like him, and he's saying, this is my baby.
Yes. So he ain't never denied it. If he did, he denied her around them.
Your Honor, I will agree.
So you think they look alike?
Yes, they do.
So the whole semblance card is at play again. But this time, Ms. Jackson says that it's so absurd and pointless because her son looks more like Ms. Pickens' brother even more than he looks like his own mother. So fair enough. The semblance card has been thrown off the table.
Jackson actually expressed interest and established a relationship
Never.
with the baby.
Yes. I never.
One second, ma'am.
I never established a relationship with this child. We got text messages that will even sit up here and say I never established a relationship. That child been to my house 3 times. If that's the case, Your Honor.
Phew. Someone finally said it? What? Were these 2 women warriors on opposing sides in their past lives? The enmity is crazy with these 2. They just keep bickering non-stop. Questions go by unanswered and deflected, and the whole court keeps becoming more and more like a chaotic bowl of soup.
So you're saying the first part of your doubt is you don't feel like the baby looks like your son.
Exactly.
Okay,
No
and
grandmother
next,
connection.
you don't have a grandmother connection.
No.
Meaning when you look at the baby, you
I
don't
do
have
not.
that feeling
Exactly.
that
This is my grandchild. I have 2 grandchildren that I love dearly and take very good care of them.
Wow, she faked a pregnancy in the past? What a wild thing to do. Also, Ms. Jackson has 2 grandchildren as it is, and her son, the hot commodity that appears to be moving around town a little too fast, is incarcerated? Wow, okay. For someone with 2 grandchildren already, you seem to have a little too much trust in your son, ma'am.
Okay, and why you are certain that your grandchild was fathered by Ms. Jackson's son?
To me, she looked just like hair, eyes. She does looks like this little boy done lived with me for about a month because his mother put him out.
Exactly. When
He didn't have nowhere to go. But I had a picture of Kevin, her, his little brother, and his dad, and they all look the same way.
Okay, Ms. Dates, noted. You also think that the semblance card is a strong enough point to bring up in paternity court. You'll be so shocked, you won't see it coming one bit. In the middle of all of this, Ms. Jackson is barely letting Ms. Dates' sentences come out in one piece.
Paired by DNA diagnostics, when it comes to 1-year-old baby Shazyia Pickens, Mrs. Jackson, you are not her grandmother.
Would you take a look at these women? What did Ms. Manning have to throw that for? Now, we're throwing shoes and papers around at each other in court. What a bunch of women. Who knows what would have happened if Jerome were not present and ready to defend?
Got you. Yes!
Thank you, God. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Why did she just came to me with that thing?
I need order.
He is caught in the middle of two fiery moms in court today. On one side, there's his mother, Ms. McBirth, who is fed up with her son, Mr. Hughes, having so many kids. That's why she's denying his potential grandchild and insisting on a paternity test. What a wild situation.
This woman is trouble. She is trouble with a capital T. She, as a matter of fact, I call her the 3 T's. Trash, trouble, and trifling. That's what she is. The little boy looks nothing like my son or any member of my family.
Wow, what a woman. She actually brought a picture of the father and baby to court, claiming they don't look anything alike. Meanwhile, the ex-girlfriend is firing back, insisting that Ms. McBirth is just in denial and projecting her own feelings onto the baby's paternity. What a showdown.
So why do you think she's in so much doubt over your child?
I have no idea, to be honest. Like, maybe because he is so white?
Because he's all the white. He ain't got no black in here. Everything I see got powder puff on it. I don't see no chocolate nowhere, okay?
Ms. McBirth, that was an incredibly racist comment. Does she not realize how unpredictable genetics can be? To say something like that in court is shocking. Sure, she might be frustrated with her son having kids left and right, but that's no excuse to be cruel to his baby mama. Uncalled for.
Okay, so a little over a year. Were you in a committed relationship?
I thought we was.
You did, okay. And was he the only person you were intimate with during that time?
Yes, ma'am.
Now she knows she lying. She lying.
Yes, ma'am.
This DNA right here.
And now we've got 3 wild women in court. Where did all this come from? Who is this lady, and why is she meddling in Ms. Jackson's business? If Ms. Jackson says she was in a committed relationship with Mr. Hughes, then just let her be. This is getting out of hand.
And all she has done is she's been trying to put the baby on us.
Force it. Yeah, you have. Don't sit up and act like you haven't.
But the thing about her,
she's trying to push that baby on. That ain't mine. I didn't sleep with her. That child is not ours.
When you say she's trying to push the baby on you, what do you mean?
She wants me to acknowledge that child is my son.
Whoa, hold up. Look how this woman is ready to go head-to-head with Judge Lake. So many things are wrong with everything Ms. McBirth just said. First, his real children? She was taking her son's real children to the hospital? How many kids does this man have? From how many women, too? And what, is he mute?
I'm sick of all these little hookers trying to say my son is the daddy. I'm sick of it. I get babies dropped off here, dropped off there. I'm sick of it.
But
it stops today. Because that baby is not my son.
Here's the thing that she does.
Here's the sorry.
That's a lie.
No,
that's
it's
a lie.
not.
That's a lie.
First of all, she's a liar because you just had a wild sex party that got shut down by the police station last week.
A sex party? And the police showed up. What on earth? But seriously, where was the baby during all this chaos? And someone needs to let Ms. McBirth know that her days of picking up babies aren't ending anytime soon. Her very mute son already has a small army of kids. She better get used to it.
Miss McBirth, I have to ask you, you're very tough on Miss Jackson. Do you have anything to say about your son's behavior?
My son has, I know exactly what type of person he is. He just as trifling as she is. He's a handsome guy. He's my son. And I know what he do. But he's still, no matter what he do, he's still gonna be my son.
You know Judge Lake isn't about to sit there and let these crazy moms run the show. She's up, asking all the right questions. Meanwhile, Ms. McBirth's son has been silent this whole time. No clue if he's even claiming the child. And now Ms. McBirth has the nerve to say that seeing her son be loving to his own baby makes her want to throw up? Unreal.
Mr. Hughes, what is your side of this? Please stand, sir. Step up to the podium. Do you believe you are Elijah's father?
I just gave him the benefit of the doubt because I'm biracial. My father's white, so
Wait, she married a white man? After all the racist comments, she still has the nerve to be like that about her potential grandchild? And considering her own family history is biracial, there's even more reason the baby could look white. Ms. McBirth is just proving how unreasonable she really is. After all the non-stop bickering, it's finally time to hear the results.
Mr. Hughes, you are Elijah's father.
You a lying trick. What did you do? What did you do?
Get rid of Satan.
You saved my life. I'm through. I know that's a damn lie.